Yeah, I think the reason why it's getting much more attention these days is, okay, reason number one is it's been a global trend for years now. All right. Reason number two, pandemics are like a bit like pressing the fast forward button in history. And I think definitely it's kind of, I think I read the other day someone saying that it's as if we fast forwarded like 5 years. So I think all of a sudden a lot of organizations, because of COVID-19, they had to work from home suddenly and learn about how you work in a distributed manner, what are the tools, what are the techniques. I think there are two that I want to highlight. The number one is from the employer's perspective, which is, okay, people are gonna slack off, they're not gonna work. And the second one, number two, is from the employee's perspective, which is, hey, I'm gonna be very lonely. I'm gonna be kind of disconnected from office work, what's going on. There is a quote that I like a lot. If you cannot trust your employees, why did you hire them in the first place? I think this is really a good question for the leaders and managers to ask themselves if they are not fully comfortable with this new normal, as we say. And I have a few recommendations for them. Maybe have a very, very good conversation with your teams. Be very transparent about your concerns, and have this, co-create together. What do you need from each other in order to raise the level of trust, the level of confidence? And have this conversation. You can have daily or bi-weekly check-ins, and 10-15 minutes, kind of have a quick tactical meeting for the day. Have a weekly review and discuss, the accomplishments, the challenges, and do it together. I think it's an opportunity to revisit management. Focus on outcomes instead of output, and you trust them to make things happen and self-organize. That's where the magic happens, when you empower your people, to self-organize and make things happen. And they're gonna learn. They're gonna make some mistakes in the beginning, but they're gonna learn. And then you're gonna realize, wow, delegation works. First, if people have never met, you need to invest much more on time, which is not purely focused on productive stuff. Is it a virtual lunch, or is it a team party, with some teams they have a weekly party or a monthly party? You need to be aware that people experience working from home very differently. I'm an introvert person, so for me, I kind of like it. I spend a lot of time by myself, I can recharge, so it feels pretty good. But I have some friends and colleagues and family members, they are more like extroverts, and it's super hard for them because they recharge by meeting people, by these interactions. Spend a little bit of time discussing work, but also maybe a little bit of time, hey, how was your weekend? And I would say recreate forums where people are randomly approachable. Again, try, run experiments, but the risk is that suddenly all the meetings are just pure work and there is no breather, there is no space between the meetings, and people at one point, it's too much. Sometimes after a while, there is what we call a Zoom fatigue, and that people just it's too much, too much screen time, long hours. So you really need to reflect on what energizes you, what recharges you. Is it a walk? Is it a conversation with your spouse? Is it some fun time with your kids? Is it just meditation, yoga? But you need to create a routine where you incorporate these things in order to have a balanced a day. I think it's very key.